Let's take a look at the About view of the Google Classroom. It's an underutilized feature, I think, that people forget how helpful it can be. A lot of times people add materials that students will need from time to time throughout the class, not materials that they'll need on a day-to-day basis. That's typically where the stream comes in, where their assignments and announcements show up. But the About would be where you can put materials that students might need to use as a reference and other things. A good example might be your syllabus. So the way to add things to the About part of your Google Classroom is down here. You'll hit Add Class Materials. Let's say I have a syllabus. I just made up a Google Doc. And it's in my drive. So I'll type in syllabus, so this will just appear for the students what it is. These icons you'll get used to when you use Google Classroom. They show up in announcements and assignments too. The paperclip allows you to attach some sort of file. So you could attach a PowerPoint or a Word document. I would caution against that, however, because the person who views your Google Classroom will need to have, if you put a PowerPoint in there, attach a PowerPoint, they'll need to have PowerPoint in order to view it. I would suggest using things out of your Google Drive, because since they're in Google, they have a Google account, all the Google things will work. You can attach a YouTube video or a link to a website too. So let me show you how that works. So I just made up a Google Doc and called it syllabus in my drive. I'll click on that. There it is. Since I just made it, it shows up there. Now when my students click on this, I have essentially shared that with them. I can add a YouTube video too. So if I click on YouTube, I can do a search for something, see what shows up. I can watch it and make sure it is what I want. So let's say this 22-minute Google Classroom tutorial is something that I want to add. I'll hit Add, and it's a direct link to YouTube. If there's some website I want to add, I can just select the URL and copy it, go back to my classroom, here it is, and add a link. I paste the link in there, hit Add Link, and now that's in there too. So you can add different materials to your class. I'll hit Post. And now that I've posted that, you'll notice that I can then add another section of materials if I want to add those as well. If I want to go back in and edit it, I can edit it. Let's say I want to get rid of that part, but I want to keep the rest. I could do that, or I could change what's in there. If I want to delete this entire post in there, I can hit delete and it'll get rid of everything there as well. So consider adding materials that your students will need for reference in the About section of your Google Classroom.